Okay.
So after that was Sweden.
Sweden next.
Sweden was by far
S tier.
S tier.
Yeah.
So we okay, here's what I did. We got there and I messaged Felix. I was like, where do I go? Because Felix is not from Stockholm, but he's been
from
there.
Gothenburg, yeah.
Yeah, and he was like, I was like, is there one spot I gotta go eat? And so he sent me this restaurant. He was like, yeah, this is where I would go to eat if I was in Stockholm.
Okay.
And I went there and it was insane. It was so good.
Yeah, the meatballs, right?
Oh
Yeah.
my god. Oh my god.
I'm sad
Dude.
I didn't get to try the meatballs.
Yeah, I had 2 life-changing meals here. One was in Denmark and one was in Sweden.
Dude.
Meatballs and hot dogs.
Yeah, meatballs and hot dogs.
Dude,
Literally, it was. You know when you have one of those meals where you're like, I'm going to remember this meal for the rest of my
Core
life.
memory unlocked.
Yeah.
I-
That happened twice on this tour.
I have never personally been a big like meatballs person.
Nor have I.
I feel
Me
like
neither.
Nor have I.
generally they're pretty average for me.
Yeah.
But my god, these were just another
Godlike.
level.
Yeah,
Insane.
Me and Connor
Insane.
ordered one to share between us, and I wish
kinda
we'd
regret it,
ordered
yeah,
like one
2,
each.
yeah.
Yeah, it
Because
was.
we got like 3 menu items. They were all pretty good, but the meatballs were
Yeah.
just and then dude, I had like a dessert. I got like apple pie, best apple pie of my life.
Yeah.
Hands down.
I had another glizzy.
For fuck's sake, Joe.
fuck's
Did you
sake.
only get fucking hot dogs at McDonald's?
And honestly, Swedish hot dogs also goated.
You try to make this the America tour.
How do they compare to the?
Okay, so unlike in
Danes.
Denmark, right, where like, you know, you have like a shitload of toppings you can put on it to add like that much more flavor. The
Yeah.
Swedish hot dogs are just like your bog standard, like, you know, ketchup, mustard.
And you
the
talk
fattest,
shit. And you talk shit about the Costco
the
ones.
fattest fucking glizzy I've seen in my life. Like, this guy was girthy as fuck with a tiny, tiny bun. Really cheap as well. And yeah, it was fucking great. Loved it.
I knew the restaurant was going to be good. Then when I walked in, I did not see a single person under 40 in the restaurant.
Yeah, I was just like, oh, this seems like a place Felix would go to.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it was. I will never forget.
What the fuck is
What?
Girthy hot dog. Thank you for showing us this.
Yeah, it was about that.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, like, I'm going to remember the first time I had a Danish hot dog, and now I'm going to remember the very first time I had a Swedish meatball, because every time I have a meatball afterwards, I'm going to compare it to that one, and I don't think it's ever going to match up, honestly. Like, it was like the first time I had Tsukemen. It was just like on that level
Just go
of just like
immediately.
core memory. I want to cry because this meal is so fucking good, and I feel like I'm unlocking new taste buds now. Yeah, it was insane.
Hell yeah.
I have nothing bad to say about the meals I had in
All right.
Sweden.
After
You know,
that,
actually, we should preface so that we can give ourselves some kind of out here.
Sure.
If people disagree with our takes, we should be like, these are based on just the meals we had, not
Yes.
the entire cuisine.
yes,
Yeah,
absolutely.
I think
So you know, unfortunately, this is gonna be based on pure gacha luck on whether we went to a good restaurant or not. Yeah.
So if you're from this country, don't be offended.
Yeah.
Wales is on this list. I'm sure.
Yeah.
It won't get rated highly, so I'll be
Alright,
sad.
so after
Alright.
that was Oslo, Norway.
Which I booked. I booked me and Garn a nice restaurant for lunch, and it's pretty good.
Yeah.
It was like, how do I describe it? It tasted very healthy, is what I would say.
What did you get?
It was like a sharing experience or something. Like this, and they
we
brought
had some veal. We had
beets, some kind of.
Yeah, that was amazing.
Yeah.
We had like red beets on toast or with some special sauce.
With like sauce and some onions, and it
Yeah.
sounds so not exciting, but it was really, really good.
It was the star of the entire, like, everything that we got given.
Yeah.
We had it was like sour cream with some really nice flatbread.
Yeah.
And cauliflower wings. So they were like cauliflower that were cooked like chicken wings. It was
Yeah.
really good. It was a solid meal. I think it was not as good as Sweden and Denmark, but I think it was better for me than Ireland and Netherlands. So I think I'd put it A personally.
Yeah,
Put it A?
I wouldn't disagree with that.
Unless you think B.
Yeah, I think B.
You think B?
Yeah.
What did you eat in Norway?
Honestly, if it was up to me, I would rate Netherlands A. Like,
Really?
I thought
my
it was
gosh.
less impressive than the croissant
Oh
and
my gosh.
the eggs Benedicts I
figure
got.
this out.
Okay, Jerry, what did you eat in Norway?
Dead ass, don't remember.
Fuck's sake, Jerry.
Because like this,
Joey's just like,
okay, because this was during the time where
I had a
again,
hot dog actually.
Yeah.
Let me guess, a burger or a pizza.
I think I actually might have.
No, you had noodles.
Did I have noodles?
We had noodles.
Oh yeah, in the green
that
room.
was in the show though.
Yeah, that was in the show.
I don't really count that. That was like takeaway.
See, but that's the problem, right? Is that this was like right in the middle of that 6-show like streak, and so we were constantly just on this like grind of like, okay, fucking get to the destination, immediately start go to the venue, try and walk around for a little bit to see at least a little bit of the city, and then if you have time, you might have something to eat.
This is where the difference in priority lies. Joey just wanted to explore like the city and stuff. Me and Connor are like, all right, we need a good meal. Where we want to try the local cuisine.
I clown on the French, but I think there's one part of me that is French, and it's the fact that no matter where I went, I was like, I want a fucking 3-course meal. I was like, I got 1 hour. We can make it work.
I just wanted to see the city.
I was like, what's the highest rated restaurant that's near walking distance and is also part of the local cuisine? All right, we're going there. We're going there. That was my experience of every country.
Right. Yeah, pretty much would squeeze in a lunch like meal, because I thought in my head the way that I judge if I want to come back to a country is like, did I have like amazing restaurant experiences? Because that then makes me think, oh, there's so much good food that I can get excited for.
Right.
So I really wanted to just try some really good food in each country so that I could think, okay, when I come back, I know that there's like at least one good place that I like, and that I'm sure is reflective of the culinary experience.
I think this really shows like our differences in how we treat like visiting a place, because like I'm much more focused on like sightseeing and just like getting the vibe of the actual like city or wherever I am, and like the food is for me is kind of just like optional.
Nah, that's like the stuff.
No,
if I'm going sightseeing, I need a nice meal at the end of the sightseeing. Otherwise,
it's like when people go to Japan and they're like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna eat the Family Mart sandwiches. I'm like, at least get the onigiri. Like, come on, man. Like, at least try. Okay, so what? You guys both think B then? Okay.
I'd like, if it up to me, Netherlands would be A, and Norway would be B.
I'm gonna say, oh man. Okay, well, okay. How should we do this? Maybe on the record, I'm saying Norway is A, but fine, we can put it in B.
Yeah, we'll put Norway in B.
Yeah. All right.
After that was Germany.
Us to Germany.
Berlin. The fucking Wiener Schnitzel I had was so good.
Was it that good?
I really liked it. But then again, I'm a sucker for Wiener Schnitzel. I'm also easy to please with German food, so...
Yeah. All right, so I gotta say, I really, really fucking enjoyed the Germany show. I really felt like for once I connected with the Germans, like...
How so?
I was just like, you know what? Your bread actually fucking goated. I felt like I was on a new character arc, and I got a really good reception at the German show, which was surprising to me. It felt like
it wasn't quite the public massacre we were intending.
Yeah. I felt like what's the word I'm looking for? Not rehabilitation, but
what's rehabilitation?
Yeah, it was kind of rehabilitation.
Well, they gave us me a standing ovation when I said bread is good. I was like, wow,
very easy to please.
Standard German behavior.
I don't know, redemption. It felt like I had a little redemption arc to the Germans, which. Pains me to say that I'm about to make an enemy of the Germans again.
No.
Because I just had a redemption arc, and I gotta say, so I didn't just spend a day in Berlin, spent like 5 days in Cologne as well, trying as much German cuisine as I could.
Sure.
I think British cuisine is better.
Oh,
I think British cuisine is better than German cuisine. I genuinely
wait. Did you say that on the Germany show?
No.
Yeah, good. You would have been murdered. You would have actually been murdered.
Okay, before I judge you, what are your reasonings?
What are my reasonings?
What's your reasoning?
So a lot of dishes kind of feel similar to British cuisine. And when I had like a German like dish, something like schnitzel, for example, I was just like, I'd rather have fish and chips. I'd rather have like a good fish and chips. The schnitzel was fine. It was fine. I'd rather have fish and chips.
That's fair. I think Germany, I like it and I like the food. Mainly because I'm blinded by the bread and the just a pretzel.
Yeah. Okay. So for when I say cuisine, you guys beat us in beer and bread. That's not even a fucking argument. But in just like the dishes, the traditional German dishes that you had, I was just like, you know what? I think there's more in British cuisine, I think a lot of people clown on British cuisine, and I've had enough, because now that I've been abroad, I'm like, you know what?
I actually think I like British food more as well. I mean, I think on average...
Yes! Yes,
I mean,
let's
it's-
go.
I think just because so many meals in Germany, I'll get like a dish,
Yeah.
and I'll only like the main part of the dish.
Yeah.
And everything around it, I'm like, I don't really care.
I mean,
I had a currywurst, and it was probably the worst currywurst I've had in Germany.
I had 2 currywursts in Germany, and I'm like, this. I mean,
normally like
this
it, but
is
this one was
this
bad.
is your strongest curry. This is your strongest fighter. Really?
I'm also just not a fan of like boiled potatoes, and there's so many times you get boiled potatoes with stuff in
What do you
Germany.
mean?
Yeah.
Boiled potatoes is in UK as well.
Not often. We
Not
normally go for
often.
chips.
Look,
which
we have
yeah.
roasted potatoes
Yeah,
there,
roasted-
which is
roasted
so
potatoes are way
much
better.
better.
Roasted potatoes
you
are
have
better.
the crisp, fluffy. You have the crisp
Rosemary.
outside. You got the rosemary and the fluffy inside as well.
That being said, like I think it was probably the weakest meal of the tour we had, because I think we didn't go to the best spot. We went to a beer garden, and I felt like it was just overly touristy, and it was just I don't think it was like great food.
I liked it.
I know you liked it. The beer was great though. I mean,
The beer was great.
The beer was
I
great.
really-
The
I
beer
really
was
liked
great.
it.
And it was
Yeah.
it was like the Berlin beer, which is like one of the I think worst ones, and it was still pretty
Yeah,
good.
their weakest beer was still better than
Yeah,
any
so-
beers you can get in England.
It
I will
does,
say that.
feel like they put all the points in bread and beer, which are essentially just different forms of each other.
Bro, I'm not
And then-
complaining.
Yeah, dude, don't get me wrong. I could live off bread and beer.
Yeah.
That's like half the British
couldn't.
diet. I know you couldn't. I could,
couldn't.
and I'd be very happy. But I think on average, like I mean, what even is British? British food is so fucking weird. British food is not even a food anymore. It's like a
Well, that's why I'm fucking
Conglomeration of
molding at the
things.
fact you guys rate that higher than the German
I
food.
think British food is a thing. It's like a combination of like a lot of things. I think it's very like when people think British food, they think like fucking fish and chips.
I like fish and chips. I like
What else do you think when you think
shepherd's
British
pie.
food? Actually,
Shepherd's pie.
actually, from someone who's not from England, what do you think when you think British food?
Fish and chips,
Toast sandwich.
toast sandwich, beans.
Okay, actually, beans are goaded. All right, let's not shit talk the beans here, Joey.
I'm not shit talking the beans. It's just the first 3 things I think of.
Yeah,
You know?
our American tour manager came to the UK, and they had an English breakfast. And,
Yeah.
she showed us I was like, can I see a picture of it? And the sausage looked mummified. It looked like it had been dried for years.
Yeah.
And I think they had like eggs that looked awful. It just looked terrible. She's like, it's good. I was like, this looks fucking horrible.
Really?
Yeah, it was a nightmare. It was not good.
See, it's easy to just post a picture of like a shitty British meal and be like, haha, the British have no taste. But, you know, I think, you know, now that, you know, traveling around, I really rate our fucking pasties. And I think our savory pastries.
To be fair, yes, I do rate that.
Fucking
definitely.
anything
Greg's.
you can get in Greg's, man. That's,
How did we talk? How does it always happen? We talk about Germany, it comes back to the UK. How does this,
Let's go back to Germany. Let's rate Germany.
well, the UK's after Germany,
okay, so
so
are we putting Germany in C tier or D tier? What do you
the
want?
hell no, bro. What the fuck?
Oh,
I
yeah.
was thinking A tier.
oh hell no.
I'm based off our meal.
Yes.
No,
Yes.
our meal,
No way.
I
There's-
am going to
I
stand up
will-
for Germany.
No,
absolutely not.
No.
Ireland, Amsterdam, and Norway were better than Germany. The meals we had.
I
Yeah.
don't fucking remember anything I had in Amsterdam or Norway. I went to McDonald's.
That's why you don't
your
remember,
fault.
Joey.
That's your fault.
That is your fault.
All right. So what? C or D, guys?
Are we going to put anything in D? Because
I don't think I have anything else that would go in D.
no, I'll put it C then.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll put it C.
So
can't
D
believe
is not
this.
being used, is it?
Yeah, I guess D's not being used. It'd feel wrong to put something in D tier.
Put D in. Put Germany in D. For,
No.
for Deutschland.
No.
That's true. And put UK, you put UK in C just to Deutschland
Just
in
to
D,
spite.
UK in C. Which
I mean, I had I had an amazing curry the other night in
Yeah.
London. That was great.
yeah,
I
you
did.
know-
I did have a really good Eggs Benedict in
See,
London.
we
to be fair.
sometimes use the spices that we stole.
Yeah.
You know, that's one
When
thing
it-
I
when
can
it counts,
say.
you know.
When it counts,
When it
you
counts.
know. It's
I think I honestly I always feel like I enjoy my meals in the UK. It's always like solid time.
I honestly think that the quality of food
London
in
London
England
is very different though. Actually,
London
Yes.
is different, but you know, I generally think the quality of food in England has just gone up as time's gone by.
I just disagree that Irish food was better than than stuff in London. I just
Okay, yeah, actually,
I just can't.
Actually,
can't
I
sign off
agree
on
with
do we
that.
wanna
that. I
knock
agree
down
with
This
that.
is why I
Ireland?
said Ireland should go and see. You guys
Okay.
didn't believe me. You just wanted to
Okay,
be
yeah,
nice.
yeah,
right?
You're right. I had Guinness on my mind, you know. Yeah.
Oh my god.
That's my meal.
I just wanted to put Guinness on there. Let's be honest, but yeah, I think that. Great, I'm gonna now make enemy of the Irish. I think UK food was better than the Ireland food as well.
Okay, so
Yeah,
where's
Joey, don't look at me like that, Joey.
what did you eat? What did you eat in Ireland? I know what you ate.
What I eat in Ireland?
Yeah.
Tell me
You
what
had
I
Nando's.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
which doesn't fucking
And
count.
you know what I had in the UK? Nando's.
And Greg's
And
right?
Greg's.
Greg's is British though.
Greg's is okay. To be fair, you recommended me like the new. So I've had Greg's once before this, and
Yeah.
I just had like a sausage roll, which
Which
is
is
good.
fine. It's
which
the
is fine.
basic.
It's good. But the one you recommended,
Yeah,
the fucking beans, cheese, and sausage pasty, was it?
that's the one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was bomb. That
Yeah.
was
That's
so
That's
good.
classic.
Yeah,
So where's the UK going?
I think it's going high C. I think it's.
Okay.
I don't think it's on the same level as other European countries right now. But if we're taking on the Germans and the Irish, I think we're better. I think we're better, and I'm sticking with that. And I don't care if that's the hot take of the day.
Okay.
But
That's
I
definitely
think
the hot take
UK.
of the
I
day.
think UK food should. It's not a high tier cuisine. I'm not gonna call it that. But it's definitely not as low as the entire world says it is. You know, you think. You know, we
put
got
it-
Sunday
yeah.
roast. We got fucking afternoon tea as well.
Also, like I think
Full English breakfast, pasties.
Yeah.
We got good sausages here.
That's the one.
Fuck,
That's
it's-
the one.
that's the one.
Yeah, I think it's way better than people give it credit for.
All right,
I've
all right,
turned
throw-
around.
throw it and see.
I've never been to India, but out of all the places where I've had Indian food, the UK is normally my favorite place to have it. I mean, that's just like could be a bad take. But
That's probably a
I
bad
think
take.
low B. I think low B.
You think low B?
I think low B.
I'll allow it. I'll allow it. I'll allow it.
I just we gotta be higher than Irish.
Hey, let's fucking go.
Alright,
That finishes
well,
off with Wales, which is known for having no food normally. Well, yeah.
Okay.
The producers here are probably pretty
Yeah.
vocal about their feelings on it.
To be fair, the burger I had was pretty fucking lit.
Welsh,
Is
I
it
mean,
Welsh food? No.
Welsh
but-
food really struggles to find an identity. I think is
What is Welsh
Is the
food?
kindest way I can
Yeah.
describe
soup,
it.
innit?
It's sheep. Lamb, leek, and cakes typically. None of which you guys
No, we
had.
didn't have any of them.
Mainly because we were in Cardiff, and Cardiff is like the least Welsh place in Wales.
Right. It really did just feel like England 2.0.
Yeah.
Cardiff is just an extension of because
Yeah.
it's so close to England, and it's
Right.
also a major city and historical reasons. Yeah. But I think, honestly, I don't even think we had a burger.
We had a burger and a wrap
like a
from
fajita
a
wrap, which
Yeah.
is like what even.
from an African restaurant.
Yeah, I think it was about the same as Irish, maybe less than Irish food.
D?
I think the Germans would be so pissed off to have it higher, but I think it's. Yeah, I mean,
Let's piss off the Germans. Come
sure.
on.
What higher than D? What, high D or low C?
Low C.
Low C. Well, I'm surprised you guys are giving this a low C. The producers are in awe. They're
All
like,
right.
I
Well,
can't
that's
believe it.
that's our tier list.
terrible.
Of the meals that we had on our Europe
That
tour.
was a
Ger-
1 hour segment.
Hi,
Let's
hi
break that down.
Germany.
Germans are frothing at the mouth right now with this one.
My redemption arc lasted about 0.1 seconds.
The moment a German disappeared from your like line of sight, it's just like, let's talk shit. Fuck the Germans. Oh my
Okay,
god.
so yeah, I will admit I was wrong about your bread, but I'm sticking with this new take that I have. British cuisine,
This is gonna be added.
yeah,
This is
British
gonna be
cuisine, solos, German cuisine.
That's so unbelievably cap. I can't believe what you just said. Oh my god.